means this. No, iron. So we have done with SOPA data extraction, right? And I am talking to you logistics data extraction. Right. So how we are going to extract the data? By using LO extract. To extract this logistics data, we have to use LO extractor. This is a application specific. So application specific business content extractor. What is business content? SAP delivered. Right. So business content extractor means that the data source is delivered by SAP. The data source is delivered by SAP. If data source is delivered by SAP, the extract structure is also delivered by SAP. So whenever you are creating a data source, system is generating extract structure if it is generic. So since the data source is delivered by SAP, so the extract structure is also delivered by SAP. Just keep in mind. Now, so first of all, what are the applications related to logistics? What are the applications related to logistics? Right. Let me show you that. So this is the transaction code, LBWE. These are the applications. This number is also important for us. 235, very important. These are the applications important for us: purchasing, inventory, quality management, SD sales orders, shipping and billing. Sales orders, billing and delivery. Simple. So these are the important applications for us. Right. So retail also, nowadays people are using retail also. Right. So let me put over here. So for logistics, so logistics 11, this is very important for us. Sales orders 12. What is that? Deliveries 13. Billing 11 sales orders, 12 deliveries, 13 billing. These are the important applications. Next 02 purchasing, 03 inventory, 05 quality management. So these are the important applications related to logistics. So by using this LO extractor, we can extract any of the logistics applications data. Any applications data we can extract by using this LO extractor. Getting my point? Any doubts on this? Right. So in the logistics data, the logistics data is divided in terms of transaction data as well as master data. Master data is as usual attribute, text and hierarchy. But when it comes to logistics transaction data, it is divided in terms of header, which speaks about your header data, and it is divided in terms of item, which speaks about your quantity to terms. Then it is divided in terms of schedule line. So this is how it is divided, and this is done. This classification is done by your functional consultant. We are not bothered. And why I'm talking this? See, I told you the data sources are delivered by SAP. These data sources, they are with respect to header, item, and schedule lines when it comes to transaction data. So with respect to header, the data sources are different. With respect to items, the data sources are different. With respect to schedule lines, the data sources are different. You can see. So, 2ls underscore 11 underscore VA HBR. This is header. This is item. This is schedule line. You can see. Order header status. Document schedule line. Document item. Document header. Like this, you can see that. So what is that? Let me tell you. See, the data source naming conventions are going to be like this. Since it is SAP delivered, so the data sources are delivered by SAP. 2LIS is the standard prefix. This is a standard prefix for any logistics data source. Then followed by application. Application number. Let's say if it is sales address 11. If it is deliveries 12. If it is building 13. Then underscore event or transaction of that particular application. Event or transaction of that particular application. Then if it is header, HBR, if it is item data, ITM, if it is schedule line, schedule line. Let me put over here 2LIS underscore 11, let's say sales orders data I'm extracting. So sales orders are created by using a standard transaction code VA, and then header, then item, then schedule line. That's what. So header data, item data, right. If it is deliveries, 2LIS underscore 12, application number 12, and the transaction is VC, transactional event is VC. It is header, item, schedule line. We need not to worry yet, it is delivered already. Just I'm trying to make you how it is different. Right? So if it is billing, OLIS underscore 13 VD HDF item. You don't have schedule lines here. So this is how the data sources are going to be. Schedule lines are nothing but deliveries. Just go through this document. So we are going to get all the information. Most of the time, at least 50%, 50 to 60% of the object matches. Arun, we can we can make the changes for the data source. No, we are going to do it. No worries. There is a lot of things involved. I'm going to explain one by one. Right. So we are going to customize the data source. Right away we cannot use the data source. There are some things to go on. I'll tell you what is that. Okay. Right. See, related to logistics, if you take out logistics, the data is updated to, let's say you created some sales order. So where is the sales order is updated? Standard tables to the sales order table, right? Is updated to sales order tables like VBAK, VBUK, LIKP, VBRK, like this. So whenever there is some transaction, data is updated to standard tables like VBUK, VBRK, LIKP, like this. Whenever there is some event or transaction related to any application, the data is getting updated to concerned standard tables. From the standard tables, using a data source, what is that? Visualize underscore 11 underscore, let's say VA STR. So from the now the data is there in standard table. From the standard table, using data source, we want to extract to BW system, right? Yes or not? But the data source directly cannot touch standard table data. Data source directly cannot read the data from standard table. So that is where we are going to use something called ECS, MCVBUK. MC is the standard prefix for your table. So what is your table? VB UK table. So for this, just making it as VBUK. So just making it as MCVB. So for the standard table, VBUK is the standard table. For this, there is some prefix, that is MC. If it is VBRK, MC, VBRK. If it is LIKP, MC, LIKP. So this is table and this is structure. So what is the need of this ECS? I'm going to tell you. So whatever columns are there in the table, all those columns are there in this structure. Only difference is table is having data, structure doesn't hold any data. Right? So these are all delivered by SAP. So I told you the data is getting updated to standard tables. So from the standard table, data source directly cannot read the data. So what is that we are going to do? We are going to use something called ECS, which is delivered by SAP. It is, the structure is similar to, very much similar to your standard table. So using this ECS, we are going to fill the data to something called setup table. Since we cannot touch the standard table data, we are filling data to setup table. This is used only if it is installation or full upload. Setup tables are used only for full or installation, nothing more than that. Getting my point? There is standard table. From the standard table, using ECS, we are filling data to setup table. And from this setup table, the extract structure reads the data. The extract structure that is generated by the system with the data source reads the data, passes to data source. Then it is going to pass to BW system. Let me repeat once. Data is getting updated to standard table. So from the standard table, using ECS. What is the ECS naming convention? MC, VB, UK. So where we are filling this data, we are filling to setup tables. So when we are going to use setup table, only if it is full or installation. Right. From the setup table, the extract structure reads the data, passes the data to data source, passes the data to data source. It's going to pass the data to data source, which in turn pass to transfer structure, ESA, transfer rules, communication structure, update rules, data. Is that clear? Yeah. Right, that's what. In fact, it's not going to get the data from single table. It is going to get the data from multiple tables. I'll show you that. So this is the data flow. Sales orders are getting updated to consent tables. So from the consent tables using ECS, you can see communication structure. We are filling data to setup table. Here it is not mentioned. From the setup table, the extract structure you can see. These are all extract structures. With respect to header, with respect to item, schedule lines you can see. So reads the data, passes to data source. So data source passes to info source, intern to cubes and queries you can see. Getting my point? Now the flow is important, Santosh. We are going to go. Header is something like document name, document type, document created. Header data. Cannot exactly. Right. Yes. Right. Item data is something like number of items, value of items. That is. Schedule line is like some goods in delivery, goods in transit line. That's what. And you can just go through the document, the low data extraction document. It's going to give you some information. Okay. Then this is the flow. Keep in mind. And I'll explain you. To get this data flow, we are supposed to follow some steps here. Right? So let me tell you what are the steps you need to configure. Aaron? COPA is a generic extractor. And COPA, we are creating data source on what? Operating console, right? Operating console is configured by whom? CO consultant. So whenever he configures operating console, then only those tables are generated and the data is updated to those tables. So that is not the standard table, right? That is a generic table which is created while creating, which is created by the system while creating the operating console. But in this case, this is standard table. Yeah. Right. So let me tell you the step-by-step procedure. So what is that? First you have to, it is a business content data source. We have to install the data source from business content. RS A5. This is an ERP system. So then, what's going to happen? The standard extract structure is activated now. When I activate the data source, the standard extract structure is activated. But as per my requirement, I want to maintain. So always this is standard one, but customer requirement could be different now. Yes or not? So that's where we are supposed to maintain extract structure and data source. So if at all any additional column is required, we can transfer from ECS to extract structure. From ECS, we are going to transfer to extract structure. So as part of our maintenance of extract structure, that's what we are going to do. Transfer required columns from ECS to extract structure. Getting my point? There is some echo. Yeah. ARL. So I'm talking about maintaining extract structure. As per the requirement, we are supposed to maintain the extract structure, which we can do by transferring the required columns from ECS to extract structure. So this can be done by using LBWE. Then I told you, from the setup table we are supposed to fill the data to, from the document table we are supposed to fill the data to setup tables. If it is full or installation, we are supposed to fill the data to setup table. That's what we are going to do. Fill the data to setup table. So this is SBAW. Then what to do? Check the receipt. Then in BW system, what to do? Duplicate data source. This is business content info source. Then so these are the different steps which we have to perform. Any doubts? Any doubts? Let me do it one by one. So first step I am just trying to perform. First step, install the data source. So see, here I want to extract. Here I want to extract sales orders, order data. So what is that? 11 VA SDR. RS A5. SAP R3, sales and distribution. Since they are related to sales orders, so select the data source. You can see. Over. So in ECC it is activate data source. You can just go back, transfer data source. Message, continue. Even you are going to get the request number also. You are going to get the request number as well. Right. If somebody has already used it, that's the reason why it is not giving the request number. Right. What is the next step? The standard extract structure is activated. Now, right, the extract structure has to be customized as per our requirement. Can you hear me? supposed to maintain extract structure where I'm transferring required columns from ECS to extract structure. Yeah. Transaction. Right. So what is the transaction code? Right. What's our application? Same status now. So first what to do? So this is our data source. So first you have to inactive the data source. If you want to maintain the data source, this is your extract structure. This is the data source. And if you want to maintain your extract structure, first you have to inactive the data source. Just click on the back key. Create the request. Always they are used for transportation. No. Same request you cannot use it. Just continue. Right. Now the data source is inactive, we can just maintain the extract structure. We can maintain the extract structure. What to do? Just click on maintain. So this is your pool, nothing but what is this? ECS. This is ECS. MC is the prefix now. And this is your extract structure. This is your extract structure. All these blue color columns are mandatory columns, which are delivered by SAP with respect to your extract structure. So any additional columns you want to add up, select like this, transfer. What is that? From ECS we are transferring to extract structure. Getting my point? From right pan, enterprise communication structure or communication structure you can say. So that's here. So from ECS we have just transferred the required column to extract structure. Then what to do? Continue. So what is this? Says confirm these entries. Go with yes. So what it says? So if data is there in setup table, we cannot delete the data from setup table. We cannot maintain the extract structure, right? If data is there in setup table, we cannot maintain the extract structure. So what is that he is telling? Delete the entries from setup table. Just click on this. Takes you to the deletion. Transaction code, you can see what is the transaction code. So deletion of setup tables by using LBWZ. So what is your application number? Go with. So what it says? Do you want to confirm these entries? Yes. What it says? Just go back. Close this. Now once again go to maintenance. Select the required column. Transfer. Continue. What it says? Go with yes. So asking for request. Save it. Then continue. What is this? Switch. I didn't get you. The setup tables are generated automatically whenever you are maintaining extract structure. Now, whenever you maintain extract structure, system will generate the setup tables. The extract structure followed underscore setup is the naming convention. Getting my point? Extract structure underscore setup. So this is the extract structure naming convention. You can say. Getting my point? Varun? Santosh? Extract structure underscore setup. Whenever you are maintaining extract structure, system generates setup tables. So one is done. What about we are supposed to maintain the data source also, no? That's what I was talking to you. Maintain extract structure and data source. So click on data source. Request continue. Message continue. So what is this? Selection and hide. Any unwanted columns, if you want to hide, you can just hide. You can just go with that. Then save. What is that? Now we have to activate the data source. Just click on the scenario. Request continue. Done. Done, right? So we have just maintained the data source. The second step is completed. What is the next step? We have just deleted setup table. Now we are filling data to setup table. SBAW. Settings for application specific data sources. Logistics. What is that? Installation. What is this? Application specific. What's your application? Execute. Give the name of the run. So you can use a shortcut also. What is the transaction code here? You can use the shortcuts also. Right. If you are filling data related to sales orders, OL line 7 BW, 12 OL line 13, so directly I can run this transaction code. What is that? OL line 7 BW. So maintain the name of the run. So we have to identify the setup table spelling. Using that name we can identify the setup table spelling. And say termination time, give some future time. As of now it's showing 7:49. I'm just going by 7:59, some 10 minutes time. So in the 10 minutes time, whatever records are there in your document table, they are filled to setup table. And if at all any record is missing, let me execute and tell you, just execute and go with continue. So what is this? Let me explain you. So from the document tables, we are filling data to setup table. So this is a background job. For this background job, we are just giving some 10 minutes time to fill the setup table. So assume that 10 lakhs records are there in the document table. Assume that there are some 10 lakhs records in the document table. So in the 10 minutes time, assume that only 8 lakhs are filled. What about remaining 2 lakhs? They are collected as part of our cost delta. They are collected. Any record is missing without filling the setup table, they are collected as part of our source delta. Right? So what is that? From document table, we are filling data to setup tables. That's what we are doing. It's going on. Let it be going on. Meanwhile, what is the next step? Right, let us check the extractor. Just open a new session. RS A3. What's the data source name? 2ls underscore 11 underscore. Change the display cost. Extra. So it is showing some 2300 records. There could be more than that. Once again extract. 3000. Still the job is going on. 161. Now the job is terminated. That's why. So you got these many records. That's clear. So what is our next step? What is that? Replicate data source. So all these steps I will continue tomorrow. Try to go through once, but don't disturb this data source. Right? Don't disturb this. Try to go through once. Let me complete the topic, then you can start practicing. Right. Yeah. Okay, no problem.